Hello, welcome to the Bearded Horror Review. My name is Dan, aka the Boogey Man, and on this show I will watch a horror movie, either a classic or a new release, talk about some good points, talk about some bad points if there are any of either, give it a rating out of 10 if I remember to do it, let you know if I think the film is worth a watch or not, in my humble opinion. And with the release of I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, I thought I would take a look back at the original and see if it holds up or if it ever was any good. So let's talk about it.
I Know What You Did Last Summer? Ooh.
So the original I Know What You Did Last Summer was based on a book, and it came out in 1997, a year after Scream, unlike this lady said here.
Everyone knows that. And I Know What You Did Last Summer walked, so Scream could run. So we're like one of the originals.
And is about four teenagers who, after a night of drinking and celebrating, they accidentally kill a guy with their car and decided to dump him in the sea rather than tell the police because they think they'll get in trouble for it. And a year later, they all start getting ominous messages saying, I know what you did last summer, and getting messed with. And they have to try and figure out who's messing with them and who the person was that they killed.
I think he's dead.
We can't just leave him here.
Before we carry on, guys, I'm going to say right now, this is, like I said, it came out in 1997. This is nearly a 30-year-old film. So, spoilers. 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 It's not going to ruin the new one for you. Plus, I don't think, if you're watching this and you haven't seen the original, I guess you don't care. But yeah, this is one of those, it's the late 90s boom. It's a Kevin Williamson adaptation from this novel that was written. I can't remember who wrote it. This is who wrote it. It's here. And it came out a year after Scream, so it was in that kind of horror 90s revival boom. And it had a bunch of stars in, young stars for the time. You got your Jennifer Love Hewitt, you got your Sarah Michelle Gellar, you got your Ryan Philippe, you got a Freddie Prinze Jr., and you've even got Leonard from The Big Bang Theory. Watching this film, I realised something. It's fine. I watched it back last night, and as a horror fan, I always thought this film was just fine. I hadn't seen it in a long time, but it wasn't one of the ones that stuck with me. So, there's lots of them, like Halloween series stuck with me. Even from like the 90s, Scream stuck with me. Event Horizon stuck with me. There's a bunch of other horror films from me growing up that I was like, I will go and watch that over and over again. And I Know What You Did Last Summer never really was. I didn't really think anything of it, of why. And then I watched it again last night and I found out why. I am going to say a few good points before we carry on, because obviously it's one of those, it's a mystery at the end of the day. Just like Scream that came out before it. It's a mystery. It's a whodunit. It's mostly an investigation by Jennifer Love Hewitt, who is extremely moody in this, and the best actress ever.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Trying to figure out who it was they hit, and that she thinks that's the person that is, after them, or a friend of this person is after them, because they kind of figure out that maybe that he was dead and that someone knew that they killed him, and they're just trying to figure out who is messing with them, because the killer doesn't just kill them, he messes with them. He takes their things, he kind of leaves them like these cryptic notes, and he taunts them and teases them, and he gets them all riled up. And there lies some of the stuff that caused me the biggest issues. Because the killer in this film has no problem killing people that don't matter. And when I say don't matter, I mean the ones who didn't cause this death. The main four. He kills Leonard. Spoilers, by the way. Like I said, he kills Leonard. I'm just going to call him Leonard. And he kills a police officer with no hesitation. But our four main cast, he doesn't kill them. He teases them. He messes with them. He beats Ryan Philippe up, whose character's name's Barry. He don't look like a Barry.
Somebody tried to kill you last night. We have to go to the police.
If he wanted me dead, he could have done.
And he does things that are entirely impossible. So I think this is where my disbelief of this film came from. As when I was younger, I couldn't really put my finger on it. But as I'm older and I know a lot more about film and I can make a lot more rational thought, and I understand you obviously have to suspend your disbelief, but I think something in the back of my mind always said for this film, there is too much for me to suspend my disbelief. And I think the main thing is this, the villain who, you know, the mystery itself of, you know, the red herrings and who it might be. And by the way, Jennifer Love Hewitt is accusing everybody of being the killer in this film. As soon as there's like, oh, you're a fisherman who uses a fish hook, well, you've got to be the killer. Oh, you've got a trench coat, you've got to be the killer. Jennifer, you're not that, just chill. She's supposed to be smart and the, you know, the rational one, and she's just, no, she's not. Before we carry on, guys, if you can leave a like and subscribe, it's a little thing for you, but it really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And you know who's the best character in this? Sarah Michelle Gellar's character. She's fantastic in this. She has the best backstory and kind of emotional arc, and she should have been the final girl in this film. I'm just going to say that now. Sarah Michelle Gellar should have been the final girl in this film. Sue me. Anyway, I got off topic. There are some things in this that are just beyond my disbelief. So there's a couple of instances where characters come across big piles of evidence. So, for example, Jennifer Love Hewitt's character is driving and she notices a bumping in the boot of her car and a smell. She goes and opens her boot and it's got a dead body in there and it's full of crabs, sea crabs. Filth. And she runs off, grabs Ryan Philippe or whoever it is, runs back to her car and says like, there's a body in there. They open it up and the boot is completely clean. Or if you're Americans, the trunk. And there's another scene where Sarah Michelle Gellar is at a beauty pageant and Ryan Philippe is on a balcony above the audience and he gets killed. And obviously it's a big battle and there's stuff everywhere and it all gets knocked. Sarah Michelle Gellar eventually convinces people with her hysterical screaming that something terrible is happening. Put a pin in that, I've got something to say. And goes up there and there's no evidence that anything happened. The police just kind of glance over the area, but there's no evidence that anything happened. All this stuff that we saw got knocked over and things, whatever, it's back to normal. There's a tiny bit of blood that the kind of camera pans to that the police didn't see. This is one of the films, taking that pin out, this is one of the films that has the police not believing the teens, no matter how hysterical are, how upset they are. You can see that they're genuinely struggling and they're so upset and they're in panic and they're having attacks, and the police are just like, probably just your boyfriend, idiot. Oh, fuck that shit. Oh, I swore, fuck it. I hate those tropes. I hate that fucking trope so much of the police officer just not believing anyone who is begging for help. Anyway, so I think that is something that really took this out of me, because when we were in the 90s and we were setting these like realistic serial killer stories, when we look at Scream, it seems fantastical to a point, but then you realize, spoilers for Scream, if you haven't seen the 1996 film Scream, there's two killers. So that's why Ghostface can be in a couple of places at once, because there's two of them. And in this film, it's just unexplainable but these things are happening. And like I said, the main four are relatively unscathed for most of the film. And the script and the acting has to go beyond the realms of realistic to be able to cause things to happen. Sarah Michelle Gellar's character, for example, her death, she is running from the killer, and there's a moment where she runs into her sister's store and she's trying to get into the store and she's banging and she's screaming. Again, her sister just doesn't care that her sister is clearly in hysterics and says, I'm being attacked, please let me in. She's like, oh, whatever, like, fuck off with that shit. Ugh. I think it's that kind of stuff that winds me up. You have to write people being unrealistic to be able to cause your drama and your tension. Whereas films like Scream, I'm going to keep bringing the Scream up because Scream directly caused I Know What You Did Last Summer to be greenlit and happen. Let's face it, it did. Like, the Scream set up these films, these teen horror films, when everyone's actually like 29. So like, we can look at Scream and go, that's how you do it. It's a blueprint. You can make it realistic. You can make it kind of that one person disappears and it causes an entire town of panic. And in this, people go missing. The sister gets murdered. Again, I don't know why the killer has no problem with just killing off randoms who do nothing to him, but he struggles to kill the main cast. Anyway, Sarah Michelle Gellar is running for her life. She's trying to get out of there, and she gets out of the back of the store. She's running down an alleyway, and she stops. She hears a noise, and she stops. Safety is just a couple of feet away, because there's loads of people. She could have just kept running, but she has to stop. And again, our killer teleports in front of her. If you have to write that she has to stop, that she has to change from panic and running for her life to silently stopping and looking around and not checking, what is happening around her so the killer can sneak up on her, it's bad writing. And I think that's one of the huge things with this film. Yeah, it's cool. It's got a good pace. It's Kevin Williamson, so he did the best he could with what he was given. But this film is just mediocre. And I think because it is like a very catchy line, I know what you did last summer, and it's full of the hot people at the time. Hot as in they were very popular, and also that everyone's a fucking supermodel in this film. Like, goddamn, so many tank tops. There's a lot of this film, and like I said, the story, the mystery works really well. What's her name? I can't remember who's in it. So there's so many recognizable faces in this film, and it is fun. It's just a bit of fun, but it's full of flaws, which is why it didn't take off as much as other horror franchises. We had a sequel that was a bit more, it was poor. We've had like a TV series, and we had a spin-off film, I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, whatever it's called, but they never really got that massive fame compared to Scream and others. Let's face it, it didn't. And I think that's because of the poor storytelling and the manipulation that they had to do to be able to cause bad things to happen. And the fact that the people that are dying really aren't the ones who should be. Except for Ryan Philippe. The whole film is Ryan Philippe's fault. He 100% causes everything wrong to go in that film. He's overly drinking. He's overly aggressive to everybody. He causes Freddie Prinze Jr. to lose control and crash into the guy. He's the one who convinces everybody to throw the body in the water. He's the one who refuses to listen to the warnings. A year later, it's all his fault. It's all Ryan Philippe's fault. Son of a bitch. Yeah, so a lot of this film kind of falls flat. And then just finding out that the person that they killed didn't actually die, and he's come back for revenge a year later, and he's been watching him this whole time. He's been plotting this whole thing for a year. It's just like, oh, okay. Like, it sets a bunch of stuff up, and they think it's someone's relative whose brother, their brother went missing, and doesn't turn out to be that. And it just turns out to be the guy that they hit. And yeah, fair enough. I get it. And he's got this weird, elaborate plot to get revenge. It's just a bit unbelievable. And I think that's why this film, again, I've already said it, but this film just didn't hit the heights that so many other franchises did. Its reveal and its storytelling are just, oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, big noise. Oh, okay. It's all set piece. It's all, it's very surface level. And I think it's a shame. Obviously, the new one is coming out. I don't have high hopes for it, but we shall see. But as for the original, it's a 5 out of 10 for me. It's fine. It's something I will watch every couple of years, or maybe show it to somebody who hasn't seen it before. But frankly, there are so many other good horror film franchises that I would prefer to watch. Like even like Urban Legend from the I would prefer to watch that over this. Even though it makes less and more sense, it doesn't take itself as seriously. And I think that's one of the problems with this film. It takes itself so seriously, but it does really dumb things. But yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. But what do you guys think about the original I Know What You Did Last Summer? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe over here. It really helps out the channel. I'm really trying to get it to grow. And so I'd really appreciate it if you can show me that support. Don't forget to follow me on social media as well. I have an Instagram page I can't talk, it's too hot. I've got an Instagram page where I post up what I'm going to be doing. I put up polls to ask you, what do you want me to talk about? I do horror movie news as well, where I talk about, things that have happened, upcoming films, news and just stuff and things that we can talk about. And that'll be it from me, guys. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next time, happy watching.